Hey, it's me, Jimmy D, and welcome to episode 3 review of Doom Patrol Season 2. And this episode was just as emotional as episode 2. I'm doing the whole show, and I also review other DC shows, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell if you want to stay up to date on these reviews. So, with episode 3, the last episode of this kind of 3 episode package we got. This episode dealt with the emotions of all the characters, but the one that I thought was the most intriguing was Jane. Basically, in the underground, her other personalities had a intervention with Jane, and it wasn't about the drugs. It was about her addiction to the chief and to the others of the Doom Patrol. And that's one thing the other personalities just haven't understood, is that to Jane, these guys are her family. And I know they had a point that, yes, but you're supposed to protect the main person, and no, they didn't want to listen, so they locked her up at the end of the episode, which I don't even know what is going to happen next with Jane, and I'm very intrigued, and I can't wait till next week to find out. Robotman. I love Robotman. Brendan Fraser is phenomenal as the role. One of the best actors in the DC universe. And this was heartbreaking because he finally told his daughter who he was. The daughter called the cops, and honestly, the cops understood. Like, the man, it's his bus and everything. Like, you could tell they felt bad for him, and but he completely upset his daughter. He has a grandchild coming, which I really hope there's some connection formed there later down the road. But overall, definitely powerful. You have basically the butterflies from last week taking Larry was Jack the Ripper, or another dimension killer who had a fixation on butterflies. Um, that actually the chief met when he was a young boy in 1888 in London, and when he was technically Jack the Ripper. And he goes through and he turns his victims into butterflies. He had taken Larry, and Rita and the chief go to save Larry. And Jack the Ripper is like to Chief, "You're basically my apprentice. Like, you have done some horrible things. You like to watch this stuff just as much as I do, and you feed off of it." And when you think about it, he kind of has a point. Like, the chief has done all this stuff to Larry, to Rita, to Jane, to Cliff, like even Dorothy to some degree. Like, he has done some fucked up shit to these people, and he didn't stop. Like, he didn't learn from it. But ultimately, Chief kills him. They escape. Rita kind of gains a new confidence for herself in a way. Larry feels bad about him, and he really thinks he's a lost cause until Rita kind of backs him up. Is like, "No, I'm here, and you've helped me, so I'm helping you." Um, which I love. I love the connections between the characters. Jane and Robotman, Rita and Larry. It Everyone has their own personality. You also have a little bit of Cyborg in this episode. Cyborg, you see him kind of making connections with this one woman who kind of murdered people, and has all these scars on her body, and it helps Cyborg come out of his shell a little bit. Um, but ultimately, she emails him what she really was, and still sad he walks out of the restaurant after she's kind of stood him up. Overall, this episode, while not as entertaining, like it was still entertaining, but it wasn't as entertaining as the other previous two episodes. But it had all the power and heart, even more so than the other episodes. So if I had to give this a rating, I would give this about an 8.5. It's really good. I am loving season 2 so far. I cannot wait for the other 6 episodes. The fact that there's only 6 more episodes is heartbreaking in its own way, because I definitely love this show and I want more episodes like now. But this is not just me. This is a conversation between both of us. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of the episode. What would you rate it? Who is your favorite character? Mine's Robotman. And Jane's right there close with him. I also stream on Twitch pretty much every day. You are welcome to come on over and have a conversation with me over there as well. Anyways, I will see you in the next one. Later.